What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, the official Cliffy J, and I'm back with another video. And today, I'm gonna be giving you guys another Big Brother ranking, and it's gonna be a little different. I'm gonna be starting a video series for these next couple weeks, leading up to my top 10 players of the new era video, which I will be making and dropping after BB27 concludes. I'm starting with the best social players of the new era of the POC mandate, especially because it might be over. POC mandate might be done. So, y'all already know I'm not actually going to give a specific order on this top six. I'm just going to throw out some honorable mentions and then give you guys my top six because I can't really put them in order because it's kind of hard to decipher who has the absolute best social game when these players are all elite social players and they kind of have different styles too. So let's go ahead and get into the honorable mentions. I've got Cedric Hodges from BB26, Taylor Hale from BB24 and Reindeer Games, Zach from BB27, and Quinn from
Bill,
BB26.
you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
These are the main ones. I could also see maybe a Derek X hand or something like that possibly being on the list. But these are really the main ones that I think also were extremely liked, somewhat respected, and very active in their social game. And while I'm at it, that's mainly what I'm going by with this list. I'm looking at the ones that were likable, the ones that were respected by the jury, respected by the players in the game, and the ones that were active socially, that actually went out of their way to make relationships and things like that, just from a social standpoint. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the top six. The first player on my list is
I kind of usually get what I want.
Sari Fields. I think that BB25 was another example of Sari's insane social game. I think Sari is the greatest social player in reality TV history, and it's really not even close. And to be honest, that's enough said. But if we just go by what she did on Big Brother, she had people like Bowie, Red, Cam, Felicia, and Matt pretty missed it. Also, Riley had them pretty missed it. And she also had the loyalty of players like Corey, Mimi, and Riley. And even after that, she was able to get other players to really at least trust her, even if they weren't rocking with her heavy. You know what I'm saying? Before her whole game came crashing down. And I personally have always blamed Izzy and Jared for her game crashing down. Yeah, some of the blame does need to be on Sari, but it's mostly on Izzy and Jared, the way they pushed Corey away, than anything is the reason that they lost the game. The next player that I've got is Matt from BB25. And I'm going to just get the BB25ers out real quick. I'm not some huge Matt Glazer, but it's no way I could leave him off this list specifically. He was so liked at points. Even when his entire alliance was being targeted, he was never a serious thought. Like, yeah, it was throwing his name out there here and there, but no one really was targeting Matt. Even when they were going for Jag and Blue and America, Corey, all these different players, right? And Cam and all this, and Riley. Like, he was never a target. He also had really good relationships with so many big players, including Sari, Jared, and Jag, and that really did help him in the game. And I think that he just showed an immense ability to be likable. Not as much respected, but he was extremely likable. And honestly, it was his strategic game that made him less respected, not his social game. He got all of his respect and likability off of social game, not really strategic. So he really was a very good social player, actually. Next, I've got Xavier from BB23. And he has like a built-in jury vote because of his natural likability. And the amount of respect he garners as a person, like, it's not even fair. Bro was almost certainly gonna win against everybody except for maybe Tiffany from the jump. You know what I'm saying? And that really does matter. And that really does show his social ability naturally. He's the person who is like least directly connected to allies out of any of my top six, but everyone respected him. He had that built-in jury vote from the jump, and I think that really does matter because I think respect is so important in the game, and that is a social aspect. Like, And I've also got Tiffany on the list. I feel like if I'm gonna have X, definitely gotta have Tiffany. That's not the reason why I got her on here. I think she's actually the slightly superior, not even slightly. I think she's just the more superior social player and probably an overrated strategist, but that'll be talked about in a different video. I think she's an underrated social player. I think she is an elite social player, and her game was honestly better socially than anything. I think she was very good in that category, really well rounded socially, had a lot of good relationships. She was also pretty decent at being fake. Like, definitely a really good social player. I just think that obviously if she had some better relationships with the other players in the cookout, she probably would be like the number one, like best social player of the new era because she had a really good social game, really likable, very active socially. And she was able to do really well overall and had multiple avenues that she could have got really deep in the game because of her social game. And the fifth player that I'm about to talk about being a great social player is T Core from BB26. And just from a likability standpoint, she might be number one, maybe ever in Big Brother. Like her likability was maxed out. You know, her likability badges, maxed out. Likability rating, maxed out. She was top level with likability. People just like to be in her presence. And I feel like that's the definition of social game. She ain't even have to say nothing. People just want to be around her, right? And that really does, matter when I'm looking at who has the best social game. On top of the fact that she actually wasn't extremely active. So it literally was just off of likability. If T Core was like an active, strategic, social player, she'd be one of the best players in Big Brother history. I truly believe that. And the other, well, last best social player of the new era, not in any specific order. It's not meaning that this person is the best, but I definitely can see the argument. I'm so serious. The last player that I've got is the Lit.
Congratulations, Vince.
Vinny, the Weasel, the Lip, the Rat, whatever you want to call the kid. The guy is insanely good socially. I don't care what anybody says.
I'm gonna ride that high,
Just off
and
the
I'm going
sheer
to see if I
number
can
of
beat him
number
for the second
ones
time in one
he's had in
day.
the
Might as well
game,
go first
Zach,
with a maximum
Keanu,
amount of time.
Morgan, Lauren,
Vince,
Kelly,
you have
and he
6
also had a
minutes and
few other connections with, like Rachel, Riley, Jimmy, like different players that also at points really did have his back and really did trust him and stuff like that. Like the guy's social game is genuinely unmatched on this season, and I would argue it's unmatched in the past couple of seasons. It's not really much else to be said. He's also extremely active socially. Like he's always talking. He's always trying to get someone to trust him, always throwing information out there, always doing that. And I know that's more of strategic, but the guy is extremely active, making alliances socially. Overall, he's very active as a social player and he's very effective as a social player. People go to bat for Vince. People throw away their game for Vince. You know what I'm saying? People really like Vince. He even got a couple ladies on him. So
I'm
we
gonna
got to
ride
give the
that
guy some
high,
credit.
and I'm
He's an
going to see if I
extremely
can beat him for
effective
the
social
second time
player,
in
and
one
he
day.
is
Might as well
one of
go
the
first
best
with a
social
maximum
players
amount of
since the
time.
POC
Vince,
mandate
you have 6
began.
minutes and
And that is the end of today's video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Push the notification bell so you can be notified every time I drop a new lit banger. Peace.